afternoon.
Howdy, sir. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you doing
Doing
today?
right. If I can keep the pollen count washed away with our gentle rains here today, I'll be good. And if I can get some of the gunk out of my head, all the better. Um, Hello to you. Hello to anybody watching this after the fact. Welcome back to round two of the race for Columbia. And yeah, it's been over a week, I think, since we ventured through this,
Yes.
and lessons were learned, mistakes were made, and now
Both sides.
both sides. We're gonna see what happens when we each take a gander at the other side. And boy, I'm hoping for lots and lots of rain and very ornery mules and oxen for you.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm hoping the
That's
opposite,
right.
obviously.
That's right. I when I posted the last one on the Facebook group, Justin Rice said the optimal strategy for great campaigns is rolling well, and he is not wrong. He's a great gaming strategist. I think, as we always do, we're going to kind of gloss over a lot of the pertinent stuff and just jump right into it. Unless we want to discuss anything in specific about the last game. And this is where we give the disclaimer. If you haven't watched the first one and you're interested in seeing all the information about this particular scenario, and of course, and not to be spoiled by any of the results, stop here, go back and watch the first one. And from here forward, we're presuming that you're back for a second helping. And do you have any thoughts on this one now that we've had some time to mull about it?
I think it's going to go very different. You threw out a couple ideas at the end of the last session that I'm going to see if I'm going to try. And obviously, like I said, hope to not get ones for movement and no rain. And I'm interested to see what you do. I'm going to try to avoid forest as much as I possibly
Right,
can.
right. That is the big X factor. I have no idea. I don't know how far ahead to plan and scheme because of the variable arrival of troops, and I don't want to have a plan
Yeah.
for X and then they're going to be like, "Nah, we're going to stay here in northern Alabama." And I have progressed to
That
this exact point in the Wily Sword Confederacy's last hurrah. So I'm very excited that it now dovetails with what we're doing here. So I get a whole new perspective of it. Have you finished the Winston Groom version of this campaign?
Yes, yes, I've finished and I've started Wiley's Swords book. I've not gotten into it yet.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I've got a pretty, Grimm gave kind of an overview. He was much more in personalities
Right.
than tactics, but this is a good book. Both and I've liked the sword book so far. I've gotten into it.
Yeah, yeah. His writing style flows very easily. I find myself now jumping between my actual Kindle and then the Kindle application on my phone. So whenever I'm sitting there having a quick bite to eat somewhere in a restaurant, I'm sitting there reading it on my phone, and it flows very quickly and easily. So I'm captivated. All right then. Well, just to give a very broad overview, Roger's going to get the first free initiative on turn one, and then we will determine it normally. I will get the ties, which is unusual for the Western theater, but for this particular scenario, it is pre-coded. And then wagon trains, union consolidation, all of that good stuff. Big choices need to be made with Schofield and Stanley and all them as far as how to merge all of that good stuff. And let's see. Trying to think if there's anything other than my arrival of units that we covered. That's going to start on turn two. And I did notice on that we do that at the beginning of the action cycle, which means technically leader transfers occur first if they are necessary, and then at the beginning of the action cycle, before we take the first initiative, then we would roll to see who shows up. So that is a bit of a surprise. And then, of course, starting with turn three, there's the possibility of Union manpower enhancement for Roger. He will roll a die. Could be cavalry, could be infantry, could be both. That would be sweet for him. And then also on turn three, we have the capability of late rain, provided we've each had at least one activation that turn. When we hit double ones on the initiative roll, then late rain is started, and that presumes the all rain effects as per normal, no entrenching on the march, and rivers and fords all become impassable except at bridges. But then you could still do entrenchments and bridge building provided those units are at fatigue level 0 at the beginning of recovery. And once again, the Union minimum or marginal for victory is 40 points. So each one of these big divisions and wagon trains are worth 7 victory points provided they get within 10. Oh, and that's, oh, I forgot that. So we do have a clarification on that specific ruling. I was in contact with Chris Withers and Joe Balkowski about it, and they said their intent was, even though the wording is movement points, it is 10 hexes, linked hexes. They said that the
Okay.
rain never factored into that calculation during turn 7. So their intent was that it's 10 linked hexes or 12 hexes along the pike with the additional 3 provided you can get to a pike within 3 connected hexes. So that is the judge's ruling on that one. So 10 hexes, no matter how they are, between Nashville or Franklin and those units. Um, yeah, so that's it. Shall we get underway?
I think so.
Okay.
We were ready.
Well, then we are off and running. We will presume no leader transfers, of course, and you get your first free one. So good luck to you, sir.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Of course, we will activate Cox with Schofield. Teague 1. Here's his movement. And that's going to be that kind of day.
The day
Okay, so
starts with
it's
such promise, right?
let's see. So 1 die plus 1, so he gets to go to there.
That's right.
It's initiative time.
It is
Sixes.
mine.
It's
Yep.
yours. A tie.
Okay. Well, I think we will. So, as I recall, you rested Forrest with Rucker and Biffle and Chalmers.
I did decide to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't have any other units to move. And the first thing I'm probably going to have to do is run into Capron. So, you know what? I think that's a wise decision. So I'm going to let Schofield go, and I will pass to you.
Okay. Well, we will activate Cox again. Take him to fatigue 2. Here's his movement. 1 die plus 1. There we go. That's a 7.
Boo!
1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. Initiative. It's yours. You like it?
Well, now things have changed a little bit. Um, I'm going to have to assume that there's just no way to get in front of Cox easily without killing myself. So I will pass again.
Okay. I'm going to activate Low with Wilson, Corps Commander, back here in Franklin. So this is going to be 2 dice plus 2 since he's a Corps Commander. I'm going to go 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Initiative. It's mine. I will do Low again with Wilson. 2 dice plus 2. 10. 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Initiative. It's yours.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to pass.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so we will hit the recover button. And as we discovered, that takes care of everything. It also advances the turn marker. And we are on to turn number 2. Would you like to make any leader transfers before I make my roll?
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna move Stanley to Whitaker. Everybody else will stay where they are.
And I think I'm going to move Forest down to the stack down there. Alright, so here's my big attempt, and it's turn 2, so it's a -7 to this die roll. Here's hoping. Hey, all right.
Nice.
So we have both benefited from the fortunes of war here. So it's a -1, so I do get 2, and they will come in with a fatigue on this. So opening up my reinforcements, I think the difference here will be I probably will not move Lee and Johnson and Stevenson up beyond where they would have started normally. So yeah, Lee, Johnson, and Stevenson, and they're just going to all go right there. Put Stevenson out. There we go. And they all get a fatigue level 1 for their hard marching. All right. Then it is time for our first initiative. Here we go. And it is mine. So I will activate, or Stevenson and Johnson with Lee. Take them to fatigue level 2. Here's their march +2. And it's an 8. So we'll send, go out to the lead here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with 3 remaining.
Yeah, Capron's gonna boogie. So here's his
And I believe it
retreat
is just
roll.
a -2 since he's a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
3, so no effect
No
on
effect.
you. Picks up fatigue. And he goes 6 back. 4, 5, 6.
Okay. And we will continue on. We have 3 remaining. 1, 2, and 3. And then Johnson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, initiative. Mine again. Let us take them to fatigue 3. And here's their march. It's a 6. We're going to have 2 extended marches. There's Johnson's extended march. He's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Stevenson's extended. Oh, we flips. So that's unfortunate. That's all right, though. We'll go 1, 2, 3. And he has 3 left.
Yeah, Capron's going to cav retreat, so he picks up another fatigue. Here's his retreat roll. And he dies.
Gone. Okay. Go.
Couple victory points there.
Okay, so 3 left. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Initiative. Yours.
Okay. T.O. Moore getting there. So I'm going to activate O. Moore. You're back in Nashville. And is that 2 fatigues for
It
railroad transport?
does. Yep.
I go by rail. I think if I remember right, we counted that you can get all the way to Columbia. Is that right?
Well,
Is that what
he
we
can't
determined?
he can't go through 1613 now because that's my Zoc, so he can get to
Oh,
1713.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or he can go to the toll house, of
Cool.
course.
We'll take him. So he's riding the rails. Toll house. Picks up a cookie.
They are delicious.
Yeah, they'll be trained there.
Okay.
Initiative.
Mm.
It's yours.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, then. All right. I'm going to activate Johnson and Stevenson with Lee to 4. We're going to go for something here. Not sure what, but we'll see. Here's their movement +2. It's 5. So potentially enough. We'll give it a shot here. So first we'll take Stevenson with Lee. Here's your extended march +1. Okay. So
Ooh.
they're going to lose. Let's see, they're a 7. Don't think it's going to be too bad. 7 with, yeah, they just lose 1. Okay, so that was a possibility. So we lose 1, and they were already underpowered. We could prevent more from coming in, so let's do that. Let's go 3 to there, and we'll make a normal attack on O more. Let's see if we can prevent that resupply. So we got normal attack, we got +2 tactical, and I think we're even on that. So I think it's just a +2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no
+2.
artillery. All right, here's +2, and it's a 0. At least we shut him
0.
down.
Deorganized.
Okay, so 0 on 4 is... ugh, that's terrible. I gave you 1 manpower, so...
Oh, you were 4.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So I just gave you back net +1 between the two of us. Okay. And then Johnson's got an extended march. +1. He's okay. And he can go 5. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and put up a flanks refused. Initiative. It's mine. We'll move Chalmers with Rucker and Biffle. Here is their movement. +2. It's 9. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And Biffle will just follow. Initiative. Mine again.
This is reminiscent of our last game, except for you were the Union
That's
that
right.
time.
Alright, we'll take them a second time. Here's their movement. It's 11 this time. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Rucker will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Initiative. It is yours.
Stanley's going to activate Wagner. There's his movement. 1 die +1. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Initiative. It's yours again.
I think Forest will activate everybody in the stack there to 2. So we'll have a bunch of extended march. Right, here's their movement. +3. Yeah, okay. Well, they weren't going far anyway. So Crosslands extend. He's okay. Bells extend. He's okay. Ross's extend. He's alright. And Armstrong. He's okay. So they're just going to there.
Oh.
Oh, that sound means I've surprised him. Haha.
No, I knew something like that was coming. I was hoping by now I would have gotten some of these guys
Right.
out of that spot.
Initiative. It's yours. Now's your chance.
Okay. Let's see, I think Stanley can activate all those guys down
I
there.
believe so, yep.
So we're just going to do everybody, which is not how I wanted to do that. Now I got to roll well. Here we go. Here's their movement. 4. Dyke's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Wagon A. 2, 3, 4. Danley and Whitaker are going to go 1, 2. Post is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Wood's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Wagon B, 2, 4. Waters. Or wagon C, 1, 4. Initiative. It's mine again. Hatch is going to activate Kuhn and Croxton. So they're going to need extended marches going to fatigue 2. Here's their movement. 2 die plus 1. It's a 6. We'll do Croxton's extended march first. 3. He's okay. So 1, 2, 3 to Linville. Now Kuhn's extended march. If I remember right, they do not get the
They
plus
do
1.
not get the +1 as far as I know. Right? They're
So
late
he's
cavalry.
okay. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 to their initiative. Mine again. Okay. Stanley's going to take the wagon train and all those infantry units, including Whitaker, to fatigue 2. You should get the theme song, the wagon train, play it
Get
there while
him!
they're moving. Here's their movement. 2, so I get to go 3. I'm going to move the wagon and the infantry together.
Okay.
Since
Yeah, they're all
I would
twos.
take the infantry guy first.
Right.
1, 2, 3. Follow along behind. Follow along behind. Danley's going to go 2, 3 to Dotson's gap. Initiative. Mine again. Danley's going to activate Wagner and Wood. Here's their movement. 4. Wagner's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He has no movement left. And Wood's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Initiative. Mine again. Wagner's going to go to fatigue 3. Here's his movement. So 1. What would Rucker like to do?
A -2 between the hasty and the artillery, but you're 4-1, so that'd be a +3. So, do you feel lucky with a +1 attack? I'm gonna say no. You don't feel lucky, so I'm gonna stand.
Oh, actually, I need to do my extended march
Oh yes,
first,
yes,
right?
that's right. Yeah,
Before?
yep. And he will flip,
And he's going to
so I'm
flip.
definitely staying.
Yeah, I'll make that a little easier doing it. I'm just going to move 1 to Chuluka.
Okay.
Initiative. Mine again. I really don't want to take that wagon train to fatigue 3 this soon.
Such an agonizing decision, isn't it? It's delicious. Those wagons are all just
um,
built on balsa wood and fragility.
I'm going to activate Cox Schofield. Here's his movement. 7.
You can always count on Schofield.
And, okay. Gonna go 1, 2. So he has 5 remaining. So I don't want to do this, but I've got to get that road open. So, man, this bites. He's gonna launch a prepared attack against Johnson. So this is gonna be type's gonna be a +1. The ratio is 0. Tactical is 0. Artillery, I've got 3 to 2, so it's a +1. I think that's rolling.
It is.
So that's a -1 for artillery.
Right.
And of course, there's no flank, there's no terrain. So this is just going to be a straight up attack.
Before you do that, do you want to think about it, or do you want to do it?
Well, your flanks refused makes it a +1,
That
right?
is right. Yes, it does. So you do get that.
So it's a +1
Yep.
final. Do I want to do it?
I can answer that question, but
The answer is
that's
no,
right.
but
That's right. He is a thorn in the side at the moment.
there's no way around him.
Right.
You're blocking both the railroad, the pike, and the road that runs between them. And unless I decide to but I can't afford to lose negative 12 points if you take Columbia, which is, gambling that you don't get your reinforcements. Yeah, we're going to do a +1 attack with the Cox. Here we go.
Okay.
Union left. +1. And it's a 0 result, which is a D for you and a 1D for me.
Okay. I think we'll stay there. Just flip.
Yeah, that makes sense. No reason for you to go anywhere. So I lose another manpower. Back to -1 in the hole for me for manpower. Okay, initiative. It's yours.
I think Chalmers will activate Biffle and Rucker to entrench. So they'll go to fatigue level 3. They will add an entrenchment level. And that is all. Initiative. It's mine again. Let's see anything that I want to move at the moment, so I will pass.
Okay. Wilson will activate Lou. It's their movement. 5. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative. It's yours again.
I will pass again.
We'll take them fatigue 2. It's their movement. Time it's 11. Ruth's going to do min move to there, to Ruger. And they're going to put up a flank for fuse marker. Initiative. It's yours again.
Yeah, I figured there was no way to avoid a flanks refused in Columbia, so. Unfortunate, but not unexpected, but I will pass.
Okay. Changing strategy now. Going to take wood to fatigue 3. Here's his movement. It's 1. Extended march. That's 1 as well. Okay. Well, we'll go to Ingram's Mill. Initiative. It's mine. I'm going to pass. I've done enough damage for one day.
Okay, pass as well. We hit recover. Recover is complete. Verifying turn 3. Okay, so now we have your manpower potential increases and rain possibility. So, all right, would you like to do any leader transfers?
Let's see. I think I'll leave everybody where they are for now.
All right, I think I will move Forrest up to Chalmers. Oops. No. There we go. And Lee will come around and join Johnson. And that is actually, and I'll put Chalmers down with Rucker. But okay, those are my leader transfers. So let's look at the timing on this. I'm going to go to the action cycle, but I think before that, let's see. The start of every turn. Okay, so you can go ahead and do that at the beginning of the turn before we even do leader transfers. So that will always come first.
No. So my manpower roll there.
Yep. Woo, you both.
6
Look
means
at
what?
you. You get 1 cavalry and 1 infantry.
Okay. I can take any infantry.
It can be in my Zoc. It just can't be completely surrounded by, and you can't go over a manpower of 11 or
Okay.
3 for cavalry.
I'll bump up Cox, I guess. Goes to 11. Didn't get any benefit from that. And I'll bump up below Columbia. Okay.
All right, now it's time to see if I get any more units. So we are on turn 3, so this is a -4 to my die roll. Here we go. And it's a -1, so I get another 2, but they also arrive fatigued. So I get the next 2 in line. They are Clayton and Hood, Cheatham, and Cleburne.
Yeah, it's good. Good set
Yeah,
there.
so I will. They will come in fatigued, so we'll just go with the standard, I think. So there, and Cleburne, who would also be fatigue level 1, Cheatham, and Sam Hood himself. Okay, those are my new units. It is now time for our first initiative. It's mine. Okay.
Yours.
Oh boy. Okay. I think we should get Cheatham to march Cleburne. So it goes to fatigue level 2. Here's his movement +2. And it is an 8.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Initiative. It is yours.
I'll activate Omore to T2. You'll need extended march. Here's his movement. It's a 6. Here's his extended march roll for 1, so he's okay. Gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Initiative. Me. Take Omore to fatigue 3. Here's his movement. To 2. I should have moved him to Fort Misner, and then he could have slid right in there. Extended march. Silly. And he loses a manpower. I only go to there because he can't get into Columbia. Should have took him to Fort Misner. That was silly. Initiative. Yours.
All right. We will activate Cleburne to 3. Here's the movement. Another 8. Let's do extended march, of course. He's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, it's a hasty attack.
It
It's Hood.
is Hood. That's right. He's strapped into the saddle. He's ready to go. Initiative. It's yours.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to get Omar in there, so I might as well go ahead and take him to T4. Here's his movement. To 4. Extended march. 6. He loses another manpower, so that was totally not worth it. Initiative. Cures again.
We're gonna march Stevenson to 2. Here's the movement. It's a 6. Here's his extended march. He's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Initiative. Yours.
So if Omar there. That would have been even smarter move on my part. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna activate the wagon train with Stanley and all those infantry. And I'll activate Whitaker as well. Here's their movement. 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Golly. Initiative. Yours.
We'll have Clayton go to 2. Here's his movement. Man, these guys want to move. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Initiative. Yours.
I'll try the wagon train again. Here's their movement. Better. 2. 1, 2, 3. Follow behind. And yeah, Mooresville. Initiative. Yours.
It really is very intriguing how different our games are. We say that every time, but now the Franklin Pike becomes so valuable in this scenario. It's like, how do I get down there and disrupt that?
Yeah, I was hoping actually to swing, get some initiatives and swing up the railroad,
Right.
but that's obviously not going to happen in my lifetime. I'm not even make it to the bridge the way we're going.
Um,
Is this day
this is
four or
only
day
day
three?
three, right? Day three.
And potential for rain at any time. I'm not. I wanted to get to the pike before
Right
it
before the
rains.
rain. Yep. We'll have Jackson activate Armstrong and Ross to 1. Here's their movement plus 2. It's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Initiative. Yours.
Okay, we're gonna activate Wood by himself. Here's his movement. It's two. One, two. Initiative. Yours again.
Buford activate Crossland and Bell. Here's their movement. It's 9. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll go 6. There we go. Initiative. It's mine again. Buford will take them to 2. Here's their movement. It's 8. We'll have extended marches. So go Crossland first. He's okay. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Bell. He's okay. They'll follow to there. Initiative. Mine. Forrest will activate Rucker for movement. Wow, 14. Jeez. Hmm.
Embarrassment of riches
It
is what it
is. Jeez.
is.
Boy, that is an opportunity presenting itself.
Yeah.
So I think I gotta take that opportunity. So Forrest will transfer to Rucker, and they're gonna make a prepared attack on Wagner. So it'd be +1 for prep, +1 for tactical. Uh, there is +4 flank
Mm-hmm.
and -1 for artillery, if I'm calculating that right. Yep, -1 for artillery. So I'm 2, and you're
Minus
so negative. So it's 1 to 3, so -2. A +3 attack. So here we go. +3, Confederate on the right, and it is a +4.
four. 6 for me is a 1 DR. And
And
for you
is
is
a
a
FA, little f.
FA. So you still have movement left.
And he should be at 1, now 2. There we go.
Manpower. 3 fatigues.
That Devil
Factor
Forest
treat.
strikes again.
Yeah. Like I said, I wanted to avoid this exact thing. Let's see. So I gotta go 4 to 6 hexes. I gotta go down the railroad first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The dots in shop. I guess I'll stop there.
Okay. No advancement for me.
And
So, initiative. Let's see here. Let's get Clayton down there. He's going to 3. Here's his movement. So 4. Here's his extended march. He's okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Initiative. It's yours.
Schofield is going to activate Cox. He'll need an extended march. Here's his movement. 4 plus 1 is 5. Here's his extended. 5. It's a plus 1. So he's going to lose some manpower. Guy I added goes right away. Just like that. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1 movement point remaining. What would Forrest, Chalmers, and Rutgers like to do?
They will stay there.
And they didn't lose their abattis, right?
Right.
Because
They didn't
they
leave the
didn't
hex.
move.
Right.
I have 1 movement point remaining, so that would be a hasty attack. That'd be insane against for 3.
3.5. So yeah, you do have two to 1.
Yeah. We're roll for initiative. It's mine again. Hatch is going to activate Croxton and Coon. Here's their movement. 7. Hatch and Coon are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Croxton's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Initiative. It's yours.
All right. Buford will activate Crossland. We'll have a extended march here. Here's the movement, and here's extended march plus 1. He's okay. And the 2 of them will go to their initiative. It's mine again. Rucker will go to fatigue level 3. And oops, fatigue level 3 and entrench to the next level. Okay. Initiative. It's mine. And then Rucker will go all the way to 4 and dig 2 breastworks. And there we go. Initiative. It's mine. I have Forest activate Bell to 3. Here's the movement. 14. Here's extended march. Plus 1, I know. As Peter likes to say, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. It's just
He is going to flip, however, so there you go. That changes things a tad. But we'll have him go 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Initiative. It's mine. I will pass for the moment.
Wood will go to fatigue 2. Only extended march. 1 dice. 4. Extended march. 5. That was plus 1, so he has to flip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Initiative. Mine again. Okay, we'll take Schofield will take Cox to fatigue 3. Here's their movement. 6. Here's his extended march. And so that's going to be plus
2. Yeah,
2.
it's an 8.
So he's at 10. So it's an 8. Loses 3. Ouch. Ouch.
Yep.
Okay. Boy, this is going south in a hurry. Actually, it's going south continuously is what's happening. So that's a movement of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's right. Okay, initiative. It's yours again.
I will send Bell to 4, and he will entrench. Build an abattis. Initiative. It's yours.
Okay, Schofield's going to send Cox fatigue 4. Here's his movement. 4, extended march, 1 die plus 3, 7.
I think it's
Good news is he's no longer
it's actually
just
it's
-1.
it's 4.
Oh, is it 4?
Yeah, because it's 1 for Union and 3 for going to fatigue level 4.
So it's 8. So he loses 2 more manpower. He can go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Initiative. It's mine. Stanley's going to activate Wood to fatigue 3. 1 die plus 1. 6. Extended march. 6. So that's going to be another 2 manpower loss. Stanley's going to transfer 2 wood. He has 6. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 1 movement point remaining. What would Bell like to do?
I believe they. Let's see. You are a 3, and I'm a 1.5. So I will stand.
Okay. Initiative if I get it. I don't. It's your initiative.
Okay. Well, they are in no position to do anything but receive visitors, so they will stay there. Forest will activate Biffle. Here's their movement. It's 10. I think he will transfer to Biffle and lose their entrenchments. Oops. And they will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Initiative. Yours.
Okay. Stanley will take wood to fatigue 4. He's going to attempt divisional assault against Bell.
Okay.
And I think the sequences you get to
I
decide if you want to retreat
I
now.
do. Let's see. So I will make the retreat. See if I lose manpower, and then you would make the command roll as per usual. And then if it passes, you could advance normally. So yeah, we will cav retreat. Straight roll. Here we go. Just barely. So we lose our entrenchments, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like that one. Okay. So now you can make your attempt, and it comes off. So that hex is yours.
I'm actually going to stay put. I'm going to get you out of the way.
Nicely done.
Cost me like,
Oh, yeah.
however.
Yeah. I'm all.
At least didn't go against the victory point
That's
conditions.
right.
It was like 4 or 5 manpower to get
That was a lot
that
of friction for that
flag on you.
crossroad. Yeah.
Okay, initiative. It's yours again. So Forrest is going to come down and do the same
Yeah.
freaking thing.
He is, but the timing is very. Kind of like him there because if Schofield changes his mind and decides to go back up there, um, so um, I'm going to increase Johnson's fatigue. Here's his movement. It's 5. Here's his extended march. It's okay. He will lose his flanks refused, and he'll go 1, 2 to there. Initiative. Mine. All right. Now I think I'll make a play for Columbia. Um, let's see how this goes. We've got Cheatham will attempt an assault with Cleburne. So he goes fatigue level 4. So here's the attempt. It's a 5, so it does come off, just barely. All right. So we've got +1 assault, plus tactical because of Cleburne, +1 for a hood bonus, and then I've got all 6 hexes covered now, but you've got a flanks refused, so it goes from 4 down to 2. So +2 final flank, and then I've got a 7 and you've got a 9, so -1 for ratio, and you've got 6 pieces of artillery. I've got 2 in rolling, so it'd be another -2 unless I try a grand assault. Leave it at that. So I've got for a +3 with ratio and artillery down. Do you concur?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the siege of Columbia begins. Here it is. +3 Confederate on the right, and
Ouch.
ouch, yes. Boy, howdy, does it succeed? So Hood has made
Is that a
he's made up for Atlanta and then some.
+7?
+7.
Uh,
So
so it's still a 2DR.
okay, 2 DR.
I'll take one off of low. Well, so I could go to 1815.
I think that's your safe. Yeah, because then 1816's out of the Zoc.
I go to 1816. Continuing Fine Road 1817. And Huey's Mill 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll stop there.
Okay.
Lead the flanks, refusement.
We will officially
Take Columbia.
Columbia.
Picked up 2 more manpower losses. It's now a negative 19 points.
Indeed. Okay. Uh, Initiative. It's raining. So while
As
if
they
we're writing
say,
the story of
it
this, and then and a
doesn't
gentle
rain, it
rain.
pours.
That's right. Oh boy. Okay, so I will pass on that.
Okay. Let me look around here. Is there anybody I've got at least that could give the least bit help? The answer is no. It's raining. I haven't crossed the river yet. That means this does not affect Ford's next turn, or does it affect
It does
Ford's
not
next
affect
turn?
sports.
It
It's just
does
today,
not.
right?
Okay. I'm going to pass as well.
Okay. And we will end turn 3. Open that. Hit recover. On to turn 4. Okay, so
Assuming by some miracle I could get everybody to Franklin or within range, I still lose. So you just have to get out of my. You just get out of the way, and the best I could get to would be 37 points,
really,
which is that's assuming like I said, you just get out of the way and avoid combat. I'd have
right,
to I'd have to go after you. I have to
right,
both get there and inflict combat losses, and I don't think
right,
I could do both at the same
right.
time.
Yeah, this one definitely. I mean, just off the cuff. I mean, you as you said, you've plugged in the numbers, but it does seem like a very tough row to hoe at this point. At the beginning of turn 4 with Columbia. I mean, Columbia is the nail. I mean,
Yep.
if it if you can hold out and keep that 12 points in play, great. But if it becomes a liability, as it has here, now that on top of the -7
Losses.
losses, yeah, that is. I'm certainly keen to continue if you wish, but I would concur with your assessment on paper. I think this is even if you broke every neck of every unit to get them there, great. But then that leaves nothing in the tank for any kind of offensive against. And as we see, everybody on the Confederate side has their dander up, And as Peter and I like to say, they got something stuck in their craw a little bit, and they're going to just move hard and fast for Franklin, right?
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. The road to Franklin's wide open. The likelihood of Ruger surviving, which is a division, is pretty slim.
right.
I mean, he's been hammered, and I think from a gaming perspective, it's a question of if you want to play this out to just see how it plays out. I'm happy to do it, um, just to see what happens,
Well,
how
I
bad it could go.
see that's the thing. I'm all about economy of motion. I think once it becomes apparent, it's only harmful to belabor the attempt. As you and I have seen time and again, it's like I this time's going to be different. I'm going to make the attack and
Yeah,
it's going to work. And it's like no, give me the
no,
shovel.
yeah.
Stop digging the hole.
Well, it's been 3 days, and I made it from Linville Station 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Right.
10 hexes. 3 days.
Well,
I was
yeah.
hoping to be across the bridge by now, or at least at the. I was aiming to go to Franklin Pike
Right. Right.
if I couldn't go on the railroad, and also just from traffic management. I always had a problem with traffic management. It was just this was just a disaster from the get go.
Well then.
So I'm willing to call it. I'm
Okay,
certainly willing to
that's
say that
fine.
it's
It is always a pleasure to play. Even yeah. I'm not saying let's not play because it's not fun. I'm just saying that I agree with you. I've been in that seat as we saw last week, and it's just you're beating your head against the backside of these damn mules. Like just please
yep.
go. Just all you got, and then it rains or whatever.
Yeah, I was, I was thinking, okay, I got to go to Fatigue 4 with these wagon trains right now, and then the rain's like, well, now is not the point.
Right, exactly. And
Even if
it
I get sixes, they're not going very far.
it takes so little effort by the Confederate player. Now, I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying that this is imbalance. I'm just saying it's like the internal lines of a battle. It takes so little effort for the cavalry to just get in there, as we saw with Bell. Bell's, one manpower, but he got to a strategic crossroad,
Yeah,
and he just said, stop, you're not going anywhere, and that occupied them for the buildup, and then Schofield came down there and lost all that. So yeah, I I certainly concur that this is very very challenging now after two plays for the Union. Everything has to go just so, but it's also, as you termed it earlier, if the Confederate gets an embarrassment of riches, which I fully recognize in this game, I got all the great rolls for movement. Lee and his units did not have to sweat at all coming down the Columbia Pike. They were there on turn two, ready to go. They blocked O'More. Just everything was coming up
Block
on their favor.
Cox, I
Yeah.
couldn't
Oh
get,
yeah. So I
and then
fully, I fully recognize that I got a lot of help from the dice on this one, and you know
well,
that
you
that will happen.
picked strategic spots, and it was like, golly, um, maybe I should have, I was thinking about attacking when you had Bell there, is moving Stanley up and attacking with Orpendike, just right away, and maybe I should have tried that instead of working to get the flanks. I don't know. Definitely gonna watch the tape and see. But there was a
I
better
feel like we
solution
need to be
somewhere along
drawing
the line.
X's and O's on here, going, what you see here is
Oh,
failure to execute the fundamentals, right? It's just
well, it really was. It's like one. No, I don't need a one on a movement.
that's right. Oh, just right out of the gate, you're right. When you roll a one on the first movement, the first free movement, it's like, yeah, it's gonna be that kind of a day. So how bad is
And
this
uh,
gonna get?
and I really didn't want to move them as a group, but I felt I had to gamble and hope I get a high roll to
Yeah,
get everybody going, as opposed to I was kind of going to move them singly. And opportunity, they talk about Spring Hill being an opportunity lost. This has convinced me that this was an opportunity lost by the Confederacy here with this situation.
right. Um,
Um,
yeah, let's kind of transition our thoughts here now that we've played this big seven turn one twice. Um, and of course, we still have officially a great chance was lost next time, which will be scenario three. And what do we think of this one as the major maneuver scenario for this title so far?
tremendous flexibility that designers have given to play the game, and this turned out 180 degrees different. I would say. I mean,
Absolutely, yeah.
close.
Yeah.
I opted to go the northern route, which I would probably do it again if I played somebody else. Though you came straight down the pike, and that clearly worked much better. um, this is one I think there's a lot of replayability in this scenario.
Right.
Not just because of the randomness of the infantry arriving, but the different options you have for both sides.
Yeah. Well, your play of moving Lee to the west up the Natchez Trace, it was a puzzler to me at the time. Although I think it was a great move because you got some great movement rolls to get up the trace. Uh, but I guess that begs the question then, from a strategic standpoint, what is the ultimate goal for using Lee? Was he like you did, where you got him up there to Franklin for late game activity, or were you planning to do a hook around to kind of get in front of Spring Hill and
That was
block?
my original intention. Was I wanted to come down and beat you to Spring Hill from the west. Still can't get used to the map arrangement. But you got troops, you got guys there before I was able to come down. So I just
Yeah,
okay. Second option is to get to Franklin and block Franklin, and that at some point uh, your wagon train's got in the way. Your wagon slowed you down to where I was able to get ahead of you.
sure.
Here you were able to get ahead of me right out of the box, and I figured I'd have trouble getting. I said I have trouble managing moving down lots of men down a single road where you mastered that. I
Well,
typically I typically have log jams and
I appreciate that sentiment. I, of course, will disagree because it always seems like just just thousands of pounds of damn flesh in the way. Move!
uh,
I'm the same way. Go, damn you! So it really is. Yeah, it's in the moment, in the perspective. This sucks. This is completely wrong. I hate this. Yeah, everyone experiences that. Um, I think my big pivot point, the decision that I made, was when you moved O'More out. When I saw you move him to Toll House, and I was like, okay, he's avoiding the loss of the fatigue by just going into Fort Misner, which in retrospect, I heard you say I should have just gone to Fort Misner. Yeah, because then you get the readout. Um, if you had done that, then that would have probably delayed my setup on Columbia a whole other turn, because I would have known that the next time you got the initiative, O'More was just going directly in there. But by going all the way around, you risk not getting him all the way there. But then you did, and he was completely fatigued out. And at that point, I was like, well, I'll just move Stevenson around and I'll just be a
yeah,
roadblock there. And at worst case scenario, if I don't get Columbia, now that I've given you all kinds of headaches getting out of Columbia, so I've trapped you again. Um, so that was my consideration there, because then I'd have to force you to go up around through Toll House to Duck River Station to come around and follow the railroad that way. So I tried to keep options open.
yeah. I probably when I moved Omar should have either moved him to Fort Misner or stopped at Travelers Rest or Ducks River Station,
Right.
um, and blocked that move because I saw it as soon as I got to, and yeah, I was like, I was not only kicking myself for going for misers for not stopping it. Um, Probably Travelers Rest would have been the best place to stop to keep you from doing what you did, which is swing around.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. In longer scenarios and in campaign games, and this is just me as my personal experience as a player, if I pass on any wisdom to anybody watching this, um, for longer games, you always want to kind of keep 4 or 5 days ahead in the back of your mind. I think this particular title, from what Roger and I have seen thus far with this 7 turn one, is I don't know what that threshold is. How many days ahead can you try to plan? And I think one day, yes. 2 days, it's getting iffy. 3 days, I think that's the cutoff. I don't know that I would try to plan for day. If I'm on day 2, I can't plan for day 5, just with all the variables we've seen for the Union, especially. But for the Confederates, I would hesitate to make any strategic plans. I'd make all
hmm.
tactical plans for what can I do right now versus next turn, maybe 2 turns out, depending on what what the results of your movement are as the union. That's just me.
Yeah, I think the campaign game on this is going to be really fascinating because it's going to
I
be a
agree. I'm really looking at the more we play of this, and we see where all the little set pieces are, and where all the pieces will start. I guess from I think when we the turn one for this is where the campaign starts, and then you just have so much because now that's going to bring in, I believe, Thomas and the Nashville forces and the defense, and
yeah.
obviously, it's going to be we're going to see all the phases of this lead up and then decline. But that's going to be extremely exciting. I think for our first one, yeah, this is the way to go for this. Um, but
Because if this was a campaign game, I'd still want to. Like I still got to get these wagons
oh
across the
yeah,
river.
oh yeah,
I'm not sure they're going to make it.
no, you can't.
Even if we were, if we played this out and said, okay, can Hood destroy this whole group? I think there's a good chance they would be destroyed before they would get up to
Yeah, because
Franklin.
now Columbia's off the plate. I don't have anything to worry about except coming right for you. So
Yeah,
yeah, all that infantry now has a new fresh target, and that's pretty scary for the Union forces. I think
and you're significantly closer to Franklin than I am.
it would be neat to see akin to a flanks refused if they had a circle the wagons marker for
Mm,
that.
I could have used it
That's right. That's
because
right.
the other thing I thought that was okay. They gave us these little two strength units for a reason.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you had
Right?
them riding along. I thought that was great. They were riding shotgun the whole way.
So I figured, okay, that makes him a four. That makes him not an easy target.
Yep. Yep.
Um, it didn't help.
That was the other thing. I had Bell on the one bookend. I thought about putting Jackson at like 11:25 or 26, but with Hatch sneaking around there, I didn't want to be, the rear guard flank. But if I could keep them kind of surrounded by both sides, I could at least
Yep,
control the flow of their movement a little bit. Yeah.
yep.
But this is great. I look forward to many future years of replayability on this one, just because every time it's going to be really cool to see with different players what kind of go-to strategies do they try. Is it always block the Columbia Pike, block the Central Alabama Railroad, set up your cavalry there? Is that going to be sort of the scripted part with variability based on everything else? We shall move on to scenario 3 from here. And we appreciate you watching this after the fact. And if you could take a moment to click that subscribe button. Oh, big news, of course, is we know that this, as of today, this is early spring 2021. So this is boxed up and shipping out the pre-orders as we speak this week and
Yeah.
next week. I think they were doing it based on whether you ordered it directly as the title or if you got the bundle. I think the direct title shipping was going out this week. So pictures are arriving online of people opening the boxes and treasuring their new toy. But I ordered the bundle with the counter updates for the counter arts for
Ah,
Storm, and I'm hoping that it's just a factor that they have not processed those or are shipping those yet because with the change of the website, they said, "Hey,
yeah,
everything that's in the queue, you're good to go." But I have not heard anything, nor have I gotten a credit card purchase processing
yeah.
yet. So I'm hoping I didn't miss the boat on this one. That would be unfortunate. Um,
I'm
but
sure they'll figure that
yeah,
out.
I'm sure it's fine. This is fine. But yes, if you've enjoyed this, take a moment, click your subscribe button. We're closing in on 1,000. And by the way, you pointed this out last week, Roger. Happy anniversary! We just hit a year, so
Yeah, it's been a year.
almost 1,000 subscribers in 1 year. That's because of watchers like you, if I'm using the PBS term. Um, so take a moment, tell us what you liked or didn't like about this one. We welcome the thumbs. Hey, if you decide to give us a thumbs down, which I saw one last week on the other play, if you give us a thumb
Really?
down, we would appreciate hearing what you think. Why'd you give us a thumbs down? You don't have to, of course. But yeah, if it was because we played something wrong or it's not interesting or whatever, let us know. I cherish that kind of feedback. But Another great day gaming with you, sir. Thank you for this, and I look forward to next game.
Yep. So do I.
All right.
Sounds
Well,
good.
you have a good one, and we will see you next week. Take care,
Bye
everybody.
bye.